Hello everyone, Mike Arnold, co-founder of Pat Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Before we get started, thanks for all the subscribers to this. YouTube has a new thing where you got to click on the bell next to the subscription button if you want to get notified whenever we put up a video. So if you're really interested in these and you're going to follow along and help refine your crypto trading techniques and you want to know when we put up videos, again, we don't put up tons of them, so you won't get over inundated with notifications. But if you want to know when we do put them up, please click that bell. So, let's see, Ethereum, with the projected levels down, 483.19 was the next major one, closing just above there. Then we had to drop down to the 1 hour. Let me show you that, because we didn't get a pause in the 4 hour, so we did the move that started the 1 hour down to this pausing area, then pretty much gave us a cluster at this 469 area. You see with the 12.5% projection and the 85.5% retracement. Closing on that, poking down a little, reacting, coming back to the 1 hour rotation zone, now just moving sideways. We're going to watch what happens when this rotation zone comes down and hits this price action. Switching back to the 4 hour, that gives us the next major level down of 461.96, so essentially the 462 level. If we break down that through that, then we'll watch for return to the 452, which were the March 18th lows. So let's switch over to the daily chart. Daily chart. Let me zoom in here so we can get a better perspective. All right. Coming down here, this is actually a really weak market right now. So not much to look at. Let me remove some of these because we're going to want to use the new updates. At this point, for future lows, we want to use the reverse scan box. So if we break down below 452, we're then going to watch for 435, 417, then 396. Again, you can see couldn't even get into the rotation zone on Ethereum. Ethereum acting very weak. Now, if we do rally back up, which we will at some point because nothing goes in a straight line, let me switch back to the 4 hour and give you some levels on here. So the first key area we'll be watching for is about 493 to 500. Then on a stronger rally, we'll be watching for 510. That's in the rotation zone. Then we'll be watching for a rotation back lower. Switching over to Monero. Monero, we had the 191 and the 186 levels, stopping at the 191, brief pause, then tanking down to the 186.79 level. Now we have another brief pause. So those levels are all hit. We're then do a projection back down to this pausing low, which gives us 180 to 181 cluster area, then down to the prior March low areas. So we have 174 to 173, a next key area, and all these areas we'll be watching for reversal patterns. On a rally, key resistance now coming in at 196.87 area. And then if we rally through that stronger, we'd be watching for about return to 200. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart. Can see just like Ethereum, 8 provided key resistance all the way down, and it never even got a close in the rotation zone. Then it ended up tanking. So also just like Ethereum, we can do our reverse scan box and come from these highs back to these lows to get intermediate levels of 165 and 157. And then remember, we have a major cluster about 147 to 149 if we do break below the March lows. Finally, switching over to Ripple, we had the double top pattern, which we paused at the first level. We never triggered this double bottom pattern. We did actually spike up, but we never got the key close above there. Or if you took it intraday on this extended move, at least moving up your stops before it collapsed back down. So that is done. Now it's hit the bottom level, this 0.5855. Got a minor reaction there, but continuing lower. So this is a very weak market. On a rally now, we're watching first area of resistance about 0.60. Next major area we'll be watching for is about 0.62. We can do a projection right now. We don't have a very long pause. I'll still do a projection because this could still go to new lows. But that gives us next level of 0.5562, and then the next level, interesting enough, comes down to the prior of the March lows, right around 0.5367 area. So we have a pretty strong cluster there. Let's switch over to the daily chart. Again, lots of weakness in the cryptos. So let's zoom in here. This got one close in the rotation zone, then collapsed down and couldn't sustain any move, any rally. Let's remove this. Actually, let's pull this over to there to give us a reverse GAN box level. So now it's reversed because it's going back in time. We have the, if we go to break to new lows, then we're looking for 0.5131 and then 0.4895 are the next minor levels down. Again, very weak market coming in for Ripple also. That's all we have for you on Ethereum, Monero, and Ripple, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.